when other comedians talk about me in their sets. It makes me feel, you know, powerful and stuff. Either way, my name is Hillary Begley. People asked me earlier, I got announced the last time as Hillary Bagel. I'm like, I haven't been called Hillary Bagel since middle school, but that's all right. I'll go with it. I'll go with it. Either way, I was born by the river. I don't really need this. I can talk plenty loud. But it just makes me feel extra powerful. I got the power. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I was born by the river in Transylvania County, and then I lived in South Carolina right outside of Myrtle Beach. It's a terrible place. Terrible place. Nobody screamed for that. Who the fuck screamed for that? It's Myrtle Beach, for the love of God. That's when you're poor and you go on spring break. Yay, bike week. No, it's bad. It's really bad. There's like dirt and needles and stuff on the beach. Either way, so I moved to North Carolina and I lived with my grandparents. My family reproduced really young, so my grandparents are like younger than half the people that I went to school with, and their parents are that old. But they're really backwoods, and they say some like really crazy things. My grandmother caught me like my first boyfriend ever. I was giving him head on the back porch. Terrible. I came back inside and I'm like trying to hide everything. I'm like, hey. My nanny's like, what were you doing out there? I'm like, nothing. What do you mean? I was dancing around like, I am 16 going on 17. Like I'm in Sound of Music or something. That's what I'm thinking she thinks about my shit. She's like, I saw you lollipopping. I saw you lollipopping. I'm like, what? Nanny, no, not me. Actually, she didn't even just say lollipop. She really said, I saw you lollipopping the dirty stick. And I'm like, ooh, that's awkward. I don't even need to. What do you know about lollipopping, Nanny? That's gross. Stop it. Stop it. She says, did he play with your little man in the boat? I said, my what? She said, your little man in the boat. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't know about a little man in the boat. She was talking about Captain Clitoris. I was like, oh my God, Nanny, no! What? No! You're not supposed to know about sex. Not at all, not at all. My grandfather worked out of town, so he came in he comes home for the weekend, right? And like, he came home and she's telling him about this new boyfriend that I have. She wasn't going to tell him that I was slobbing his knob outside or anything like that because she thought he might have a heart attack. But just the fact that she told him I had a boyfriend, he's like, damn it, she's going to be making nat bread. I'm like, nat bread? What is nat bread? He says, you know, it makes your drawers right gummy. Right gummy. I'm like, what the fuck? Clitoris is in there just making nat bread all day long? I'm like, what's going on? I had no idea what that meant. However, nat bread was derived from a line of prostitutes in South Carolina who stood outside the fish shack. And gnats would swarm around their twats, I guess. I'm like, why would you ever say that? My family is my grandfather is a Pentecostal pastor, okay? The fact that he would say nat bread and your drawers are gummy was just too much for me at that point in time. Whew, it was really bad. Like, my second boyfriend was a Negro fellow. They were not alright with that. My family just did not get down with the brown at all. And then I got impregnated. My grandma tried to make me drink castor oil. It was gonna like take it away or something. I don't know. My mom came up to North Carolina to visit from South Carolina. And she's like, the sight of you makes me want to vomit. I'm like, really? You're that racist right now? Is that bad? I saw you kiss a little black baby earlier. What is going on in the world? My family is like super ignorant. There's a picture of my daughter on the refrigerator. And like all of my family came to visit from South Carolina to Asheville, which is like the big old city to them. And my cousin, she's like 7 years old. Her voice is deeper than mine is, and she's bigger around than I am. She's about yay tall and about big around, I don't know. Her voice is deeper than mine. She's like, hey, my name is Cecilia. I'm like, well, hello, I'm Hillary. It's nice to meet you. We're blood related. And she sees this picture of my daughter on the refrigerator, who's mixed, by the way. The Negro baby didn't get aborted or anything. She was there. And she sees the picture of her and she's like, hey, who's that Chinese baby? I'm like, Chinese baby? What are you talking about? My grandmother, shit you not, looks at her dead in the face and is like, it's okay, honey. She's not Chinese. She's Indian. I'm like, oh, Indian. Indian is better than Negro. I suppose. I don't know. Either way. So I moved here when I was 13 years old. I went to AC Reynolds High School. I broke a couple of records there. I was the first big girl to ever walk the court. I took my fat ass up there and won that shit. It's the only way I got invited to the after party. Second record was I was also the only homecoming queen that could run for it twice because I did not graduate on time. I blame that on my former education in South Carolina. It was bad. It was really sad. I moved up here in like the 8th grade and I was advanced. I was in the GT, the Gifted and Talented group in South Carolina. So I'm like all up on my shit. I'm like, I'm smart. I know this. My parents are supportive. It's cool. I get here and I swear to God, I'm 2 grade levels behind everybody in my class. I'm crying. I'm like, I'm an idiot. And there's no way to prove it other than if I open my big fat flap. Because everybody else is saying words that I don't even use in my everyday vernacular. I'm like, I'm looking up shit the kids are talking about. Dictionary. Thank you. You guys are fun. So, I got this hole put in my face the other day. It still hurts. I'm like, I don't know, I'm sailing it up and shit, and it's bad. But I got asked to host the Tattoo Fest this weekend at, Asheville Tattoo Fest. If you don't know about it, but you should go there. Saturday night's gonna be awesome, and it's free, so there's no reason that you shouldn't come. Either way, I get this piercing for free, but while I'm there at the tattoo shop, there are these 2 rotund black women that come in the door. I'm not racist, I swear. I told you my baby was brown, right? Yeah, rotund, that means big, for those of you that need to look that up in the dictionary. Fluffy. Rotund is round. Either way, so one girl's name is Irvina, and her friend already has a dermal piercing, those like shiny, sparkly ones that are right here on your high cheekbone. And she's like, Irvina, you gonna be so cute when you get your piercing done. And the girl's like, I want a green one. I want it right here, but below my glasses. And her face is large, so there's like glasses. Bad. So you gotta get it way over here or something. Either way, so the guy piercing her, he's like, can my friends come in and watch while I do this? I'm one of the friends, I want to watch, I want to see. So I'm like, all right. She's like, yeah, as long as them white people don't start coughing and shit, they can come in here. I'm like, all right. So we go in, I promise not to cough. I don't know if you guys know, because you don't, I have a really horrendous cough. It's been this way since I was like 11, because I had a step-grandmother that used to buy me cigarettes. But she wouldn't just buy me cigarettes. Like, I'm 11 years old and we're riding around in the car and we'd take she used to babysit us, so we would like drop my brother off at school. She's supposed to drop me at school and she just keeps driving past my school and we just go on. As soon as we get out of the parking lot, she's like, all right, now you're driving. I'm like, okay. I get in the car, I'm driving around like I'm grown, I'm 11. We always go to the Indian gas station because that's where she can get her cigarettes without going in. I can go in and get her cigarettes for her. Every time, he gives me a pack of Salem's for her and a pack of Misties. Or Virginia Slims, I don't know what y'all know what those are? They're like the tiny little cigarettes, because I was petite and tiny. I was 11, and I'm like smoking these cigarettes. My mom doesn't find out for a year later that I've been skipping school and smoking cigarettes and driving across state lines between here and there and everywhere. I think that might have had a lot to do with my future. I have this cough. It's horrendous. I said that before. It's bad. It reminds me of I lived in jail for a little while. 25 days. Horrible 25 days of my life. It was the worst thing ever. My first day there, we're having breakfast. I'm scared. Hillary doesn't do jail. I've been like in church church for my whole entire life to this point, and like I started stealing from Bob Ingalls because I was hungry. Not that I was really hungry. Clearly, I could have lived off my own body weight for a while. Either way, so I'm in trouble. I go to jail. Like literally, we pull up to the jail. I'm turning myself in. I'm doing the right thing here, all right? I turn myself in. The church bells go off as soon as I get out the car. Like, dum, dum, dum. I'm like, what the fuck? Is this an omen or something? Like, okay, I'm going to jail. I've got a picture of my daughter. Like, I'll keep it forever. I was like, I was going in for life or something, but it was 25 days. That's all. I worked off some of my days in the laundry annex. Either way, I'm in there. It's my first breakfast. I sit down, and they got this boiled egg, and this pile of jelly, and this piece of toast. Why, on God's green earth, anybody would feed a bunch of confined individuals nothing but boiled eggs is unknown to me. I cannot figure out why. Do you know what boiled eggs do to your body, to your digestive system? It's bad. It's bad. It's rancid. I'm talking about we smelling rough. Like you're hoping you got Febreze or something you can just spray walking around. Like I'm just walking like, it's bad. I killed one of the guys one of the dryer mechanics during one of our laundry sessions. It was the worst thing ever because I went outside of the laundry room to like let out some hot air. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and then I go back inside, and then this dude walks in right behind it, like straight through. His face is torn up. I was like, dude, I'm sorry, man. I don't know what to tell you. They feed us boiled eggs and beans because we're in jail. I was the flyest nigga in that motherfucker though, because the only pair of shoes that would fit me in the laundry annex was a fresh pair of Air Force Ones that them took off some drug dealer that came into jail that wasn't getting out for a long time. So I had my white suit on, my white shoes on, and my suit was like three sizes too small anyway, so I looked like I was supposed to be going to St. Jade's or something else. Like, yeah! This shit was bad. It was really bad. It was really bad. Either way, I've been flagged, and I hope you all have a fantastic evening!
Yeah, Hillary Bagley, everybody! You ruined all my women's prison fantasies, though.
Damn it!
Thanks for that, Hillary. All right, hey, well, thank you guys for coming out. Check out disclaimercomedy.com. We got Joe DeRosa coming in live soon, Tom Simmons, and Kyle Kinane's coming in June.